Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. I actually have fewer Hunter videos than Rogue videos on the channel, so let's go ahead and pick Hunter, even though he is sort of the bane of everyone's existence. Starting off with a nice Knife Juggler, it's great, and Unleash the Hounds off the bat, fantastic. I've been getting Mind Control text a lot, but I'm not going to take that card over Explosive Shot, which is excellent removal. Oof, gotta choose between Chillwind Yeti or Arcane Shot. Oh, man. I mean, Chillwind Yeti's great, it just wins you so many games, but Arcane Shot, as we saw in the last video, if you got enough of those, you can burn opponents out pretty easily. Oh man, I hate this, but I'm going to take the Arcane Shot. I do think that early on it's better to get this than this. I mean, there's lots of good 4-drops. There aren't any other, like, 1-mana or 2-damage removal spells. Unleash the Hounds, number 2, yes, please. I have a good feeling about this one. I'm going to take the Earthen Ring Farseer, it's just the best card. Kill Command seems like a straightforward move. And Animal Companion is excellent. It's a good beast and triggers, you know, your kill commands and whatnot. In a previous draft, someone commented the Dark Iron Dwarf, when I had Dark Iron Dwarf versus Argent Squire and I picked the Argent Squire, that was a mistake. Dark Iron Dwarf would have given me some mid-game, plus the trick is sometimes nice. So now that I have the same pick, I do need to consider. I am actually leaning towards the Argent Squire again, because it is a 1-drop and it's nice to have some of those. At the same time, I don't have any 4-drops at the moment, so yeah, let's grab some mid-game here, make sure we've got that with the Dwarf. This is a terrible pack. I hate it. I hate it so much. The Abomination is just too swing or miss. We'll take the Master Swordsmith, although I really don't like that card either. Okay, Scavenging Hyena, you can get some good combos off it, especially with Unleash the Hounds. Am I going to take it? Alright, we'll take it. Over the 3-2. Let's take the 2-2 with the ability. We might regret that. Savannah Highmane is one of my favorite Hunter cards, really one of my favorite cards in the game. It's just such a pain in the ass. If you don't have like a Polymorph or a Silence to deal with this, it's a real brutal card to deal with. And it's a beast. Okay, let's think here. This is the obvious pick. It's another good 3-drop, but I'm going to take the Novice Engineer here, actually. Nice to have some card draw on the deck, and with the Dark Iron Dwarf, the Novice Engineer is not even that bad. These are pretty junky. I'm not desperate for endgame. This is just junk, so I'll take the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Okay. So how badly do I want an Explosive Trap over a healer who is like a Chillwind Yeti but overpriced by 1 mana? Let's make sure we have 1 Explosive Trap in here. While it's not a very good card, it is a card it's nice to have 1 of. Panther's a really good beast, but I'm not going to pass on Deadly Shot. It's an important card to have. Okay, here we'll take a Panther. Easy peasy. And we'll take, let's see if I can get the buffer. That is good with Unleash the Hounds, the Raid Leader here. The Scarlet Crusader is better overall. Alright, we'll take the Raid Leader, but that's a close call. Unleash the Hounds, number 3? Yeah. Okay, so what's up with these 2 and 3s? Can I get something else? I didn't take the Argent Squire or the Scarlet Crusader, so I have no synergy with Blood Knight, although the opponent will sometimes give you a hand. I don't think Bestial Wrath's any good. Snake Trap's a little bit finicky. We'll take the Blood Knight, but I'm not that thrilled about it. I would like to get some 4-drops, please. Well, the Buzzard is mandatory. With 3 Unleash the Hounds, you gotta take a Buzzard. Oh, geez, I don't like this at all. I could take Tracking to try to dig for stuff. Okay, we'll take an Animal Companion. Alright, with all these animals, let's take a Houndmaster. Multi-Shot is a card I could use as well for some removal. Do I take another Animal Companion, or do I take Gurubashi Berserker just because I need 5-drops? You know, the Gurubashi is just so bad, I'm actually going to take another Animal Companion. We're very, very good on beasts. Here we're going to take Timberwolf. I do have 3 Unleash the Hound, so it's one of the few cases where I will take a Timberwolf. Wouldn't mind a little bit of an endgame here. Don't have any endgame here. We'll take Arcane Shot number 2 for some more burn potential. And a Gladiator's Longbow, well, it's the only playable card here, but also it's helpful for burning the opponent out. I will take a Reckless Rocketeer here. This is a beast, I'm aware, but the lower mana cost of the Rocketeer plus the charge makes it way better. And we're ending with a Defender of Argus, which I'm totally happy with. Well, I don't know. This is not an aggro deck because it doesn't really have any 1-drops. It actually doesn't have any at all. They're all, I never did take the Argent Squire. All I got is Timberwolf, and you never play that on turn 1 against pretty much any class. So there's no 1-drops. You can't properly call this an aggro deck. It could easily find itself on turns 5 and 6 with a handful of junk, but at the same time, I don't know, this is kind of an experiment to see whether it works, just to have a whole mess ton of 2 and 3-drops. And see if you can just push your way to victory. The nice thing is a lot of the 2-drops, you know, things like Unleash the Hounds, which are good later in the game as well. And Animal Companion, despite being a 3-drop, is really a 4-drop, and I have quite a few of those. Preston for the win. Alright, let's mulligan our Kill Command. Let's actually mulligan the Ghoul. I have so many 2-drops in this deck, it feels a little bit silly to keep a 3-drop in the opener. Alright, we get Unleash the Hounds, which is kind of a 2-drop, but not really. As I often say, Hunter is in good shape against a Paladin as long as he gets Unleash the Hounds. Otherwise, I'd say the Paladin's in the lead. And here we do, in fact, have Unleash the Hounds ready to go. So that's nice. Wouldn't mind a slow start from this opponent, since all I'm doing is playing Novice Engineer. Unfortunately, it is not to be. He does have a play. This Berserker, jeez. Well, this sucks. So I cannot kill it with Arcane Shot. If I play the Novice Engineer into it, it's just going to get enraged. I'm going to do it anyway, though, because I have Arcane Shot to finish it off. If I didn't have Arcane Shot, I would not have played the Novice Engineer out in front like that. Well, we have our 6-drop, and this is very good against Paladins. So if I can just, you know, stay even, Steven, against the opponent, we'll be okay. Gonna put Blessing of Wisdom. It's basically a 1-mana cycle, which I'm okay with. Actually, it's much better than making a recruit. That was a mistake. He did a 1-mana cycle instead of putting a recruit on the board. It's definitely better to put something on the board than to 1-mana cycle like that. Now, he didn't hit my Novice Engineer, so I don't have to run in and do Arcane Shot. I could actually do something else. Play the Farseer, for example, heal up a bit and hit him in the face. You know what? No, let's not let Paladins keep creatures. We'll do this. Also, yeah, if I let this thing attack again, it would actually draw him another card. That would be very silly. So we'll do this, even though it's quite unimpressive. This could have been a abomination, which I guess I'm glad it's not. At least I got to put this on the board. This is good for mopping up recruits. Next turn, I can trade this in for something that has 3 health or less, with the Dark Iron Dwarf's help, which is nice. And the other nice thing about being up against a Paladin, while he does get a hero ability that puts stuff on the board, at least his hero ability does not heal him. So if I do deal some damage at some point, I have the potential to burn him out with Steady Shot. Alright, this is interesting. So now I could do a couple of different things. I could run the Swordsmith into the Piglet and heal the Swordsmith, and the Razorfen Hunter against the Farseer, and the Swordsmith actually won't be able to get the kill. Or I can play the Dark Iron Dwarf. Let's do the Dark Iron Dwarf. So this way, I get to kill the big dude. Leaves the little guy, the Swordsmith, alive to die to the Boar. But I'm alright with that. It's like the Swordsmith traded for a 3-drop, so that's okay. And I still have a 5/4 left on the field. And I've actually got my endgame going here. You couldn't really call this endgame, though. It's most likely going to be used to kill a Sen'jin or something stupid. If I draw my Buzzard at some point, I'll get lots of cards with the Hounds. If I draw a Raid Leader or a Timberwolf at some point, these Hounds could do a lot of damage. Really, I just need to get my minions hitting him in the face. That's really what I really want.
We must cleanse.
Shattered Sun Cleric is a decent move here. It lets the pig kill my Swordsmith and live to tell about it. Do I start hitting him in the face? No, I think we'll keep his board clear. Let's go ahead and kill the Shattered Sun Cleric. Farseer, heal on up, and then, okay, we're just going to start getting some damage through here with Steady Shot. Not much damage, mind you, but it's a decent amount. So this is 5 plus 10 is 15 damage between these two cards, assuming no taunts come online. So if these guys get to hit him once, he's actually within death's door, which is interesting. Assuming no healing and no taunt. Now, in my last run, I had a tragic game against a Paladin. I kept trying to burn him out, but he kept healing himself, and I missed a bunch of opportunities to get some card advantage and win as a Warlock, and I lost. Very difficult game strategically. Hopefully I will learn from that mistake and not make that mistake here. Next turn, I don't really even want to play the Rocketeer. I'd actually rather just play the Savannah Highmane because it's such a pain for Paladins to deal with. Paladin, to deal with it effectively, he needs to like have a True Silver Champion from a previous turn and another point of damage, like from a recruit on the field. He kills it with True Silver and the recruit, and then he plays Consecration to kill the Hyenas. That's pretty much the only way. Ironforge Rifleman, ladies and gentlemen. Ironforge Rifleman. Oh my god. Well, I can't kill his board now unless I play the Reckless Rocketeer to kill off this 1/1. So we're just going to drop the Highmane and hit him in the face. Boom. So now this is 10 plus 5 is still 15 damage. I also have this for 20 damage. I've actually got 20 damage across these cards. That's not even counting whatever else I might get from Unleash the Hounds. That's why I'm willing to hit him in the face and violate my rule of not letting Paladins keep creatures. Well, Preston for the win needs some good cards here. He needs a really good turn or else... I mean, if I hit him for 11 damage, the game's pretty much over. Because, I mean, this is 11 plus 5 is like 16 damage. Or better yet, Gladiator's Longbow. Oh, this is beautiful. So he's playing Cult Master, which means he's just going to get some cards. Okay, Equality is interesting. First of all, he should have played the Cult Master after playing Equality so that the Cult Master would have 2 health rather than just 1. And second of all, I still get these Hyenas to pop, which is great. So he got cards. I don't care about cards. Cards are not what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is him having removal or what's his face? Healing. And he didn't have any of that. So we're just going to hit him in the face. I mean, I'm going for the kill. This is 5 plus 5 is 10 damage. He's down to 2 health after the steady shot. And then he dies to kill command. It's not even counting Unleash the Hounds. Now he needs, like, Taunt big time. Taunt that survives kill command, which is kind of hard to come by. Even a Sunwalker will die to kill command if you can pop the Divine Shield, which I can, because I've got 2 Hyenas for that purpose. Or Hounds. He's in a lot of trouble here, because I have a lot of burn potential in my deck, and I'm a hunter, so I have built-in burn potential. This is looking pretty good.
Not on my watch.
Don't care, so he kills a Hyena, but I don't care about the fact that the Cult Master's still alive, because I don't care about the Cult Master. I just care about my creatures dying, and the Cult Master could have killed the Hyena anyway. So now he's got a trap, which is, a secret, which is probably Noble Sacrifice. He's putting out a Harvest Golem, so now I'm going to get some Hounds. Definitely the Hounds is what you have to play here, otherwise you end up losing stuff. Otherwise the Hyena or the Longbow eat the Noble Sacrifice. We play Hounds. We play a Timberwolf now. This is great. I'm not going to play the Ghoul because that would stop me from playing kill commands. Let's go ahead and just steady shot. Check for Noble Sacrifice, which of course it is. Of course it is. Get down, get down, get down, get down tonight. Swing. Swing. Nice interaction, by the way, Noble Sacrifice and Cult Master. That's kind of cute. Doesn't matter, though. So he needed removal or healing or taunt. He played Cult Master and got cards. Cards was the one thing he didn't need, and so I just hunted him. Unleash the Hounds let me win a turn earlier, but honestly, even with the Reckless Racketeer, I would have been pretty good shape. Very nice win to start things off. Quite happy about that. He made a little strategic mistake, just one in that game, that makes me think he was a new player, which is that he did not kill my Novice Engineer with his Amani Berserker when he had the chance. And he played a Blessing of Wisdom instead of putting a Recruit on the board. Had he put a Recruit on the board, it could have all been different. All been different. Now, I mentioned in my last video there seems to be an influx of new players, and I wasn't sure why that was, and a commenter actually pointed out the reason. It's that the game Hearthstone was recently introduced on iPad, and that could explain why there's an influx of new players. It's the people playing on their tablets. Do you keep Animal Companion? I think I have to. I mean, my deck has a ton of 2s, but a lot of those are sort of fake 2s, like Unleash the Hounds, or really even a Scavenging Hyena, which you don't really want to play on turn 2. So keeping a 3-drop just in case seemed like a prudent thing. I will play a Hyena on turn 2, though, most likely. Unless my opponent straight up plays a 2-3, which will just kill this, I should play this out. I mean, it is missing some potential, but I'd rather miss out on some potential for buffing this than let my opponent gain board control and then keep it forever. Flame Imp. Alright, well, definitely got to drop a Hyena in front of this Flame Imp. He takes 3 damage, which as a hunter I like a lot. Very happy about that. Let's play the Hyena. Now, we'll see. He could Soulfire the Hyena, or he could Coin Shadow Bolt it, or he could even Demon Fire it. Lots of different ways he could kill this Hyena. Coin, and Harvest Golem. Not one of the ways of getting rid of that Hyena. So here we have a tense moment. I can't really play Unleash the Hounds. I could actually play Unleash the Hounds. Hang on. Hang on. I was just saying, oh, I can't play Unleash the Hounds, but I could play Unleash the Hounds. Obviously, I'm throwing away the Buzzard Hounds combo, but what that gives me is I use the 2 Hounds to kill the Flame Imp. This grows and becomes a 6/4, and then I just hit him in the face. Oh boy. Alright, we'll do it. I'm gambling that if he had removal for this, he would have used it last turn. So, let's see. I can actually hit the Golem if I wanted and use the Hound to finish it off, but that's silly. Let's just do this. And we're going to hit him in the face for 6 damage. Boosh. So, I mean, against a Hunter, or sorry, against a Warlock as a Hunter, it's just nice to get all the damage through that you can, because the less they life tap. Like once they get low on health, they can't life tap anymore, but you can still steady shot, so you have a hero ability and they don't, and you're in a pretty big advantage. Leopardome I couldn't care less about. Does he have a way to kill this hyena is the question. Or at least put up a taunter in the way. Because Leopardome is pretty immaterial. Soulfire will kill this. So now he's going down some cards. He loses the power of overwhelming. I don't really care. He's going to life tap, which I'm very thrilled about. Totally fine with that life tap. Alrighty, Explosive Trap. That'll be damage at some point. But first, let's play Animal Companion. Got the Taunting Bear. I actually would have liked the pig. The pig would have hit him in the face for 4. Yeah, the golem can kill the pig and come back, but any point of damage now matters. This gives him a chance to respond to it with a Shadow Bolt or another Soulfire. He's going to life tap again. Wow. Bold at below 20, life tapping versus a hunter. I don't know. That could either be him being desperate and he's just figuring like, well, I'll play to my outs, or he might just be a bad player. This is not very helpful here because the 2 creatures could have killed this bear as was, so that didn't really make any difference. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Alright, this turn we'll play a Novice Engineer, draw a card. I'm really trying to get to my Unleash the Hounds. Let's... I don't want to miss opportunities to steady shot at this point because he is so low on health. So we'll just steady shot here. I'll lay the Explosive Trap later. Like, the Explosive Trap's always going to be good for 2 damage, but the steady shot, if you miss it 1 turn, you never get to catch up on it. I'm at a fairly high health total. I'm not really that concerned about him burning me out. Wolf Rider, lovely. So everything's going to die to Explosive Shot, Explosive Trap. He life taps again at 15 health. Oh my goodness, that. I think this is a person who just isn't that experienced. And a more experienced player would realize that you can't life tap at this stage. So here's what we do. We just lay an Explosive Trap. We steady shot here. I could Arcane Shot his face, but I don't want to make that commitment. I can do that later. And now we just pass the turn. Very difficult for him to avoid this Explosive Trap. Because he's not a Warlock, he doesn't have any flares. There's really no way he can buff the health of his minions. He'd have to like do Power Overwhelming or something, but nope, he just Explosive Traps. There we go, that was the first time in a long time that Explosive Trap was actually good. He drops Boulderfist Ogre. I almost feel bad for this person, but really he kind of dug himself a hole with all of his life tapping. We now have the perfect amount of mana. We get to drop the Knife Juggler that we just top decked, not missing steady shots, trying to do that every single turn now. And okay, he's down to 5 health from steady shot, down to 3 health from Arcane Shot. The Knife Juggler actually represents lethal damage here, even without the help of the Dwarf and the Defender of Argus. Loot Hoarder don't care. Doomguard, okay, don't really care about this. That will kill my Knife Juggler. But I should be okay here, especially after drawing that. Okay, so we're going to do this, heal myself up, and I could Defender of Argus to give this taunt. Then I'm missing a steady shot. Let's not miss steady shot. I'm not going to die, so we're just going to steady shot that. Should I play a Buzzard? I don't need cards at this point, so I'll just play Buzzard down. No reason to commit the Arcane Shot. I'll have mana next turn. So now he shouldn't be able to kill me. I'm at 12 after these guys hit. It's very difficult with 3 cards for him to deal 12 damage. You need like a Leroy plus double Power Overwhelming. Doesn't have it. Just has a Shadow Bolt, which I don't really care about. He's going to run the Loot Hoarder into the Buzzard, but he should have done that first. You should always draw cards first, no matter what. Voidwalker doesn't really make a difference. I'm not planning to kill him with my face. And he plays an Ooze. Alright, well this is going to be a little close. He actually has a lot of power on the board here, but he's out of cards. So what we do here is bemoan the fact that I cannot play both my creatures and the Defender of Argus. But I could play, let's see, if I play Swordsmith, it'll be a 4 power, Succubus kills it, then he's got 8, 9 damage, I'm down to 5 health. With 1 card he shouldn't be able to deal 5 damage to me unless it's a Reckless Rocketeer. If I do Dwarf Defender of Argus, then I can't steady shot, so it's going to take an extra turn to kill him, which I don't really like. This is actually coming pretty close. It's actually coming pretty close. Now, I could be ultra safe. I mean, I could just play Dwarf Defender of Argus and Arcane Shot the Ooze. Dwarf will be a 5/5. The Doomguard kills it. But then if he has removal for it, like a Siphon Soul or something, I'm just screwed. Yeah, we're going to have to go for it. We made our bed. Let's lie in it. So, we do Defender of Argus. Get a Taunter. Steady Shot. I could Arcane Shot to kill the Ooze and be safe. But again, he kills this with the Succubus. He's got 8 and 9 damage and 5 health. I really don't think he can deal 5 damage to me. I messed up. I should have... Oh my god, I should have Arcane Shotted him. This was a mistake. I should have Arcane Shotted him because if I had Arcane Shotted him, I would have actually prevented him from being able to life tap. He top decked a healing card, which is extremely unfortunate. That is... Oh my god, that is extremely unfortunate. Because now Steady Shot plus Arcane Shot will not kill him. But I should be dead next turn. Oh my gosh, this person played so badly and is still going to win. Unless I get very lucky here. He uses the Ooze now to kill the Defender of Argus. And now he's threatening lethal. He's got lots of damage here. I can't stop it. Timberwolf is not going to save me. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. So after talking smack on this opponent all game, I actually do end up losing. I can't stop... I can't kill these two guys, which is 8 damage. I can kill the Succubus, but then he's still got 9 total damage here. So what we do is we play the Timberwolf, we play the Dark Iron Dwarf. We Steady Shot him, and we kill the Succubus, and hope for the best. If I had unleashed the Hounds, I could have actually been alright. I would have gotten 4 of them. 2 of them would have killed this, 1 of them could have killed the Succubus, and then I could have... actually, it would have been still close. It would have been close. No, I would have had 4, yeah. I could have killed the Doom thing and the Doom Guard. He sees that he has the kill. Let's give him a well played. Oh, that's embarrassing. So, I think that person did play very badly. I guess I just played worse. He did top deck an Earthen Ring Farseer, which, I mean, without that, he would have lost. Because I could have Arcane Shotted his face and he would have died. So, he did get a lucky top deck, but at the same time, if I had played better, perhaps I would have... not had to cut it so close. So thanks for watching me make a total fool of myself. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and or subscribe if you did enjoy it. I will be back soon with the rest of the games. I'll see you in a moment.